What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. Welcome back for those who have been following us from the beginning. And if you're new here, sit back, relax, and don't forget to turn it to 11. So today we're going to be talking about Fallout Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4, because, we're going to be doing 2 episode bits, kind of like we did with our Korean episodes that we did with, I believe it was Uncanny Counter, right?
Yeah,
that's what we did. Yeah. So just want to make sure that you guys are, here with us. So if you guys aren't finished with Episode 4, then please pause, go ahead and watch up to that point and come back to see what we think of this series and what, you can compare and contrast what we like versus what you like and what we didn't like versus what you didn't like. We start off the season 3 with, there's like 3 different things going on, right? You have the dad that made it to Vegas, but he's at like a Vault Tech building, right?
Yeah.
And he is looking at technology. He's basically, resuiting up, getting better or whatever, right? Then you have the son that's in Vault 32 or 33. Or no, he's in 31
he's in 31
with all the cryostasis people, right? Like next door. So you have him doing a crazy audible by releasing all these people, and then you have our main cast, the ghoul and I forgot her name,
Lucy.
Yeah, so they're both kind of out and about, just trekking on their way to Vegas. And, you already know from episodes 1 and 2, Maximus is kind of down in the dumps. And it's kind of weird because he thinks that they left him. But I think, did they leave him? I don't remember so much from the first season. But if he was knocked out unconscious, it's not like they could take him, right? So
he thinks that they left him, but they didn't.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I think they had to.
Lucy wouldn't do him that way.
I don't think so either.
She's trying to help every freaking person that she comes across, and I'm like, nah, girl.
Yeah,
some of these people are trying to eat you. Stop trying to help them,
dude. Yeah, man. And so all of these things are going on at the same time, and then of course, while those things are happening in episode 3, you started off with in the Brotherhood, where you see Maximus finishing the fight that he had in the second episode. I keep mixing up seasons and episode, the words. So knowing that I didn't really like Maximus all that much in season 1, this season I didn't think he'd be able to do half of the things that he is doing in this season. For example, in season 2, he's fighting that one guy who wants to smash. Apparently, that's their phrase of fighting.
Yeah,
and he absolutely wrecked that dude. And
Well, I think it's he's season 1. He didn't know himself very well. He was a squire. I think that's what they're called, right? Squires.
He was a squire in the
helper. Yeah, So and they're looked down upon by the are they knights?
The clerics. Right?
No. The people in armor.
Yeah,
are they
they're
considered knights? Yeah.
Yeah.
So but after running around with Lucy in season 1, you got to build some confidence in that. You survived out in the wild for who knows how long they were out there for, and he finally takes the role of a knight, and he has to, you fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
And he faked it and now he made it, so when that big boy wanted to fight him, confidence is all of it. Right. And there's that level of he's definitely unhinged a little, there's a part of him that's kind of crazy. Right.
Yeah. He has
maybe because he does feel like Lucy left him, and so he has this rage and anger, just boiling inside of him that he needs some kind of outlet. And that guy was, he offered, and he took the opportunity to smash his face in.
This is before. I thought that was crazy.
I think all of that.
Yeah. You're right about that.
But yeah, his character. I have mixed emotions about his character. There's a part to me that obviously annoyed by him. Remember. I think there's just I've grown out of I was kind of thinking about this after watching the 4th episode, and while thinking about what are we going to talk about today, whatever. And there's a part of me that's definitely kind of over like this. I've made this complaint before about like this the repetitive mistakes being done and then blaming others for it, and you just keep getting yourself in a bigger and bigger hole. That's why
Hmm.
I know I've said it a million times, but that's why the movie Beef or the show Beef, I didn't like it because it was just that them making mistakes and blaming each other for it, and they just kept
Hmm.
digging bigger holes for themselves, and it was just kind of an annoying, like not taking accountability for your actions is for whatever reason right now is annoying me when people don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, in TV show, obviously in real life too, but like in
Right,
movies and
right.
shows, like characters like that just annoy me. And so Max's character is kind of in that place where he's making these choices, and he's like, I have to do it, I have to do it, I have to do it. And you're like, well, I mean, do you really have to
Like,
do it? I don't know.
really?
Right. I mean, granted. So like in the end of episode 3, he kills what's his face?
Xander.
Yeah, Xander, right? Because Xander's about to kill all the
Cool
ghoul
kids.
kids,
Yeah.
right? And so Max kills him. You know what? Good job.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I, I
yeah.
mean, you were defending these innocent kids who aren't doing anything but being exploited for making uh possibly, I don't know if it's counterfeit money.
Pretty sure that's counterfeit.
Like, who regulates bottle caps? Is there a central system that regulates how much bottle caps are out in distribution? You
Yeah.
know, but
We
so
don't know.
it's definitely a weird thing. I'm like, is he though doing something illegal if they're just there?
I was like,
Nobody's
Thaddeus, what are you
collecting them.
doing, Thaddeus? I think
Yeah,
that's his
yeah,
name, right?
but
Yeah.
like, so yeah, he's kind of upset that he killed what's his name again? Oh shoot, you just said it,
Xander?
Xander, right? But at the same time, it's like, bro, you did something like that was a good kill, right? You did
Hmm.
something because he was about to just massacre all these kids for no reason, but because they're ghouls. And I guess, to the Brotherhood, uh, ghouls are an
Heretics?
abomination and must
Abomination.
be,
There you go.
yeah, must be eradicated from the planet.
Yeah.
Fair, but they're just kids in the end. So that one's good, but still, he's in this like self-loathing state, and I'm just like, bro, get over it, man. Just like just start doing stuff. And so yeah, like he still has that honorable side of him that none of the other knights, from the looks of it, have. Well, and why are all the knights like a bunch of morons? Have you
I don't
noticed
know,
that? Like
man. They're
they
all
do
just
the
meatheads.
yeah, I'm like, I why? Like, don't you have some kind of like like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a test that you need to take to see if you are qualified? Like,
Bro,
is
yeah.
it just brute strength that you need? Because if that's it, then it explains why they're mostly all stupid, right? They're like
Yeah.
they're always like, oh, look at my. He like the guy started activating the grenade all the time.
Right.
And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
It's like, why is
that's
that the
so dumb.
decision?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And so his character definitely, I'm still on the fence about. Like, there are parts
Mm,
of him that I do enjoy, like the more honorable parts of him, obviously. But then
hmm.
the self-loathing part, I'm like, you need to just get over it, man. Like, walk it off or something. I don't know. You know?
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know why these knights are chosen that way, but I think it's might be because it's easier for to control.
Because
Like,
they're stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Like they're just like,
All they want is you to point who you all they want is for you to point to a person to shoot, and they're like, all right, let me go do that. That's all I need to
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's all it was like. Oh, I need to kill something. I need to smash something. Let's do it. And then you're given a big robot, bro. Come on. you know, I was just
Oh,
like, you live in the dream at that point.
and talking about that, so the ghoul, right? In
Yeah.
episode 4, we have at the beginning of it, I think we have a flashback, yeah, flashback of
Hmm.
him inside of one of those armor suits, right?
Right.
And I was kind of like, wait, is this pre explosion or post explosion? It's pre
Oh,
post explosion, right?
yeah. Yeah. It's post. Oh, it's
Because
the
there's that.
second post.
Oh, I guess, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just, it was kind of weird because I was just like, because when he was about to get I don't know if he was gonna get killed by the Chinese soldiers,
Hmm.
but that monster, it reminded me of Diablo, the video game. I don't know if you ever seen like the picture of Diablo, right? But it looked pretty much exactly like it, and I was just like, is this a normal monster of the world, or is this post nuclear explosion and it became some kind of radiation thingy?
Oh
I was
yeah,
very
I don't know
confused,
what the heck that was. I was just
right?
like, what is this minotaur lizard looking thing?
Minotaur
Yeah,
lizard. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, what is that? I was just
Yo,
like,
but that thing looks terrifying.
absolutely.
That thing looked terrifying. But I was confused about the ghoul. I'm like, wait, were you in the military? Because I thought he was in the military before he became before he became like a superstar,
Yeah, he was. He was a veteran
right?
before.
But
Yeah.
so then that's why I was kind of like, so is this scene of his time in the military? And if so, then this monster just already existed, or is this after the nuclear explosion? Because they wanted to go to war, right,
Hmm.
with Russia, or blame Russia for the nuclear explosion. So I was just like,
Right.
is this now? Is this post explosion? And this creature is just a mutation of, like those giant scorpions that are running around apparently, and you're just
Right.
like, what the flip? Right?
What the hell is
So
this? Yeah.
I was yeah, I was very confused about that part. I'm like, maybe, and people out there, let me know. Let me know if you know, maybe I missed something. Maybe it's from season one but I thought he was in the military beforehand, but it's kind of weird to have this monster if
Yeah.
it's pre-explosion. Because
And they
then that
already had,
implies that they have scary creatures living around,
yeah.
walking around the planet.
Dude,
But yeah, that was interesting.
watch that creature be like his daughter.
That'd be horrible.
Be horrifying, yeah, absolutely. But then again,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think so because the daughter must have been there when he went out on that mission. So you never know.
yeah.
You never know. She could be a were dinosaur, wherever that is. Because, dude, that was insane. Like, I clearly saw. Okay, what I thought at first, I thought that they were the Chinese. It was a Chinese kind of like bio weapon, but then it kept coming through, and every time that you see the girl just like saying like in Chinese, like threatening the officer or
Yeah.
Cooper, and he's looking behind her like, do whatever you're gonna do it now. He's like, he's
I
like
was waiting. I was waiting for him to like either say "look behind you" or he's just like, "I guess we're all just gonna die together."
yeah. He's like, guys. I was like, so I was wondering why. I was like, they all have guns, bro. Tell them, turn around and friggin' light them up. But then again, like he's like, no, he doesn't. He didn't want them to have that satisfaction, which is
And then kill him,
yeah, which
most
is
likely.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I think the only reason why it didn't kill him was I think it was blind because it had like its eyes were kind of cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was blind, and that's probably the only reason why it didn't kill him. And then the gunfire happened like a little further out, and so the
Mm.
monster got attracted to that and started running to it. I don't know what that monster is called, so if you know what that monster is called, please let us know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never played the game, so I'm not very familiar. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I wonder how that's gonna play out later in this. Well, I mean, we're gonna find out here in a little bit because at the end of episode 4, he runs into it again,
Again, yeah.
right? With
Yeah.
Lucy. Like I find it hilarious because it's just like the ghoul doesn't take anything serious. He wants to shoot everybody and everything. He does not care. He's not freaking out about anything.
Mm-mm.
And that part where she when they reach Vegas, right? And
Yeah.
she like starts shooting all the oh no, yeah, she wants to go inside and he's like, no, we're gonna go around and we're gonna come through another side of the city. Like what was it, Fremont, South Fremont or something like that, or
Was
Freeman
it
or something
Fremont?
like that,
Oh, I don't
or
remember
Freeman.
Fremont
It was
being.
like free
Oh,
something.
okay.
But and she's like, no, we could take them, and he's like, I don't know what's happening, but I like the side, you know. And so they're shooting everything, and then they go into Vegas, and it's like abandoned. There's nothing there, and then that monster starts to show up, and you can see his face is like just like, oh flip,
Yeah,
like you can see
absolutely.
he's like, I think we should run. And that moment where she's like, oh, we could take whatever it is, and she's looking at him, and the seriousness on his face, and she's like, oh, okay. Like, oh, this is we're probably over our head now. If he's freaking out, if the ghoul is freaking out,
Yeah, yeah.
then we are not in a
Something is
safe
wrong.
place,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And I was just like,
And
what's up
so,
with all the Elvis impersonators as ghouls?
right? I thought that was funny. I mean, if there was anything going to be left behind in Vegas, it would probably be a bunch of ghoul Elvis impersonators.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because that's funny. I was just like, I was like, there's a lot of Elvis impersonaters
And
in this
they
in this
all
one scene.
congregated together.
Yeah,
Is the other thing.
in the entrance of the strip.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It said the strip.
Yeah, yeah,
Las
yeah,
Vegas, the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Strip, and I
Uh
was just like, this. I was like, Strip has changed from what I see every day.
huh.
But
No, that was interesting. So in episode 3, I kind of spoiled it last time that we talked about it because I mixed my all my episodes started like blending together,
mhm.
and we are the episode 2 ends with the ghoul getting stung by the
Scorpion,
scorpion, and
yeah,
then also that the girl in the white gown, and so what's her face? Lucy helps her and takes her, I guess, back home to just get caught by the Romans, the pseudo Romans,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
With
Pseudo Romans because they
two
were
Caesars
using German like
phrases.
rankings, yeah,
Oh,
rankings and phrases, but they were all dressed in Roman clothing.
yeah.
And Lucy's like, you mean Caesar, right? Because
Like
oh, I forgot what he uses, the word, whatever the German word for king, and she's like, that's German. It's not
Kaiser, right?
Roman.
Kaiser or
Yeah,
Kaiser. Well, at least that's what they pronounce
could have
it.
been,
It's
yeah.
with a K.
But I
That
thought that was funny.
that was funny. Yeah, no, because she's like, I think you guys get if you guys gonna do something like
At least do it right.
100%. Yeah, go into it 100%.
Yeah, and then she gets caught, and then a whole thing. We see what's his face. Oh, what is his name? Home Alone.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I think the last thing I remember watching him in was, oh, what was it called? King?
No,
Was it
I
called
know
King?
I haven't seen a lot of stuff that he's in, but his wife Brenda Song, I've seen a lot of stuff she's in, and she's been posting a lot about her family. So I see him all the time.
Nice. But yeah. So I thought that was cool. Then what's his face? The ghoul comes and saves her. You
Hmm.
think he's about to like give up the, what was it? The New Republic, the New California Republic.
I
Was that the
thought the
name?
NCR, yeah,
Yeah,
New
yeah.
California Republic. Yeah, I thought he gave him up,
Yeah,
but
he's like, oh yeah, they're all over there, and but instead he just made them fight each other. The same group of people just fight each other
I think
and
he
saves
knows
her.
that no one's there at the location that he gave them because that's the same location that the NCR people that he ran into are waiting for. They're waiting for them, and he's like, "There's no one there." He's
Yeah,
like, "There's nobody there," and
yeah,
then he sends those Roman German soldiers, the German Roman soldiers, to that location. But before they left, he obviously started that civil war, which is brilliant. Not gonna lie, I
yeah,
was like, that is definitely how you would escape that place.
yeah. And then he saves her, and now she's addicted to drugs.
Yes, 2 days of straight drugs to heal up is wild.
I thought that was probably one of the funniest scenes with just her addicted to the drugs,
Yeah.
and she's just like, it's getting itchy, man. It's a little warm too, and he's like, yeah, that's called withdrawal. Yeah, and okay, am I wrong? Does he only have coffee beans inside of the pill bottle?
I
It looked like coffee beans, and I'm like, is he just faking it, like pretending, so it's like a placebo effect, so she thinks she's taking some kind of drug,
It's
but in
possible.
reality,
It
but
could be
I
caffeine.
was, I mean, if there's one way to help you, you would feel the like the energy that comes from that caffeine, right? So maybe
Hmm.
maybe she would feel, oh yeah, I'm getting a little hit, but in reality, it's just caffeine. But if you see when he's shaking the bottle, I'm like, those things look like like coffee beans inside of there, and maybe she doesn't know the difference between what a pill looks like and what a coffee bean looks like. I don't know. I don't know if they had coffee beans in Vault 33.
Right.
Um,
She was pretty smart though,
yeah, she
of the
was.
old world. Yeah.
But I thought, oh man, that whole scene was pretty good. My favorite character for sure is the ghoul. I
Lucy. Oh, the
really
ghoul.
enjoy
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lucy, like they're back
Dynamics.
and forth.
Yeah.
Their dynamic is I enjoy it. Although Lucy kind of gets on my nerves whenever she just leaves them behind. And
Yeah.
just
Because
kind of
she's trying to be nice.
yeah, she's like, you're willing to abandon him, who's what I think I made this argument last time. You're willing to abandon him for other people, and but at the same time, like you're saying you're doing it for the better good, or you want to be a good person, but then you're leaving your only partner behind, who's literally going with you to these places. Granted, he has his own reasons why, right? He wants to find his wife and daughter, but still, I mean, he didn't abandon you. He went to the Roman pseudo Romans
Yeah.
and saved your life.
He
He could have
did.
just left you there.
Apparently, he needed her for something, and I don't know what he needs her for, as outside of like maybe
And
intelligence.
maybe, but I think also he's just
A softie
yeah,
for
yeah.
daughters. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
make
I think that's part of it, even though he won't show it right now. But I want to say maybe that's just the optimistic side of me that I'm like that's what I want to believe, you know.
mm. Yeah, no,
But
uh, I agree on that. Like, I think he is just a softie for her because she's a kid, and he's 200 some years old. So
yeah,
there's that too, which is the funniest part about learning how old he is in the first season, and then going into this season knowing that, knowing that he's just an old man.
yeah,
So there was a part where we see Norm, the brother of Lucy, with a bunch of the cryostasis people, coming out of the vault, and then now he's walking around and trying to get things. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his goal is. He's a little with his limited dialogue. I don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Like when that one guy comes up to him and says, "Is this?" I think it was round two, not round two, phase
oh
two.
yeah, phase two,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
this where phase two starts? And then, Norm's like, "Hey, man, I'm the boss." He said, "Yeah, I know. I was just there, doing the coffee, and I just was wondering, phase
yeah,
two."
yeah, yeah.
And then he stops, and he's like, "What do you know about that?" And I'm like, "Do you know nothing about that, Norm? I feel like you don't know anything about that. But your face makes it seem like something is up, but you're pretending that you don't know what's going on." I was like, "What
No,
is this phase two? I forgot."
no. So I think with Norm, it because I mean, think about it. Vault 33, they don't know anything, right? They're living their entire life in this fake reality of that one day they're gonna go up there. But then Norm finds out the truth that this is all an experiment. There's something deeper happening with these three vaults that is being held from the public or from the rest of the vaults.
Mhm.
And so when he finds out the truth, I think it's some part of it he feels like what's the word I'm looking for? Betrayed, right?
Mhm.
Because his entire reality has now been shattered. Like what he thought was real isn't real. And so now that he's taken control of Vault 31 and the people in it, he wants to stay in control, right? Because he's a little brother.
Right.
He's always getting pushed to the side. He's always being told
A
what to do, and he
shadow
doesn't
of
want that
Lucy.
anymore. He wants to take charge of his life,
That is
right?
true. That is
So
true.
I think honestly no, he doesn't know what phase 2 is. He's trying to pull it out of the guy,
Yeah.
but at the same
Yeah.
time, he wants to make sure that they don't find out that because they think he's in charge. They really
Yeah, they
think
do.
he was
They
like the
do.
person who is like in charge of Vault 31. And if they find out that he's not, they're going to, I don't know, at best kick him out, at worst kill him.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
right.
And so
Yeah.
I think he's just playing the part of like, hey, know your place. When that guy was talking to him, right? He's like, hey, know your place, right? But at
Mhm,
the same
mhm.
time, hearing that there's a phase 2, then he's kind of like, oh wait, I need that information because we're now out here in the freaking public and have
Yeah.
no idea
I'm pretty sure he knows just as
how to
much
gauge through it.
as Lucy though. But the thing is that
Oh,
I don't
Lucy
yeah.
probably knows a little bit more because Lucy knows that her
Oh,
dad is a freaking evil person.
I'm not talking I'm talking about like your the knowledge that even Lucy has. I
Oh,
believe Norm
100%.
has
Yeah,
it too,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, no.
But what Norm doesn't know is of the people of the surface, which is going to be a hilarious interaction with
I'm
that
waiting
group
to
of people.
I'm waiting to see how many 31s are gonna die.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are. And then like that girl. So those two people that they showed Norm talk to. There's a girl that he approached, and then there's a guy that approached him. Those two are probably going to be like the longer lasting characters of that group, in my
I
opinion.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
And also the homie that was eating like the little macaronis from the back of the truck. Like you just see him just like posted, just eating it, and I'm all like, "Dang, y'all don't know what rations are." I was like, "You guys are grown adults. Y'all should know how to do this in this type of era, right?" And I was just like, "Y'all just eating everything. Don't do that. Listen to Norm. He's
Yeah,
like, you
they're
know,
just going ham on that. And
y'all will be
I don't know if you were
hungry."
able to hear their talk. It's like, oh yeah, this is really good. I like the feel in the mouth that it leaves. I was just like, what in the world? It's dry macaroni, man. But then again, you've been in stasis for 200 plus years, so
Yeah, yeah. It's like you've never had anything to eat for that long, which would be
yeah,
crazy.
everything must taste good to you right now. But that which also like talking about the vaults, right? There's the whole situation with what's her name? Stephanie Harper? who's in charge of Vault 32.
Oh, the eye patch girl.
Yeah, the eye patch girl,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
Betty,
yeah, yeah,
right? Who's
yeah.
in charge of
Overseer.
33.
Yeah.
Yo, I did not. I'm trying to remember if in season one it was revealed that Stephanie was one of the cryospace people, because I don't remember her. I don't remember that being stated.
No, she was Lucy's best friend in the
Right? Yeah,
Vault
she was
33.
her best friend,
Yeah.
but like, because we know that Betty is a cryostaser. Is that how you even say that? A person who was in cryostase, right? Like Lucy's dad, right? They're both what's his name? Hank.
Hank. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hank
So
McLean.
I didn't know, from what I understood, because remember what's his face chat, he finds the Canadian ID,
Yeah. Yeah.
but apparently it's territory of the United States.
Yeah. Oh.
Which
Oh, is it?
I thought that's what it said on the ID. It said Canada, but it said territory of the United States underneath it. I could be wrong, man. Now I gotta see if I can find
Oh.
that.
Yeah, because I was like, what is that? What does that mean for you, dog? I was just like, Chet, what does that mean? There's so
What does
many
that
things that
mean?
I'm trying to figure out within the series that just isn't clicking. And I'm like, I was like, I cannot have to know. No, I don't have to play the game to understand what's going on, right? I mean, if you did play the game, you would automatically know what's going on, right? At least I would assume. But still, my goodness, man, like there's so many like, huh? Why is that? What is that? Like, why are ghouls abominations? You know, why does the Brotherhood want to fight the Commonwealth? Is the Commonwealth not the Brotherhood? You know, it's just like all these. What I thought Brotherhood. I thought these were just factions of the Brotherhood, but no, they're like different pieces. I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, we'll come back to that part that you just mentioned, but that reminds me of something. But I'm looking at the idea right now, and yeah, it says United States annexed territory. I
Annexed.
think
Oh,
annexed territory, Canada. Status pending, Canadian. Temporary status ID. Wait, doesn't annex means that it's been separated? Isn't that what the word annex
no,
means?
annexed. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know because Hawaii was annexed.
annex definition. Past tense annex, appended or added as an extra or subordinary part, especially to. Oh, okay, so it's added. So it is part of the United States. Canada. Some. So when I saw that, because I thought that's what it said. If I'm reading what annexed means,
Mm-hmm.
which means to take for oneself. Yeah. So United States annexed territory, Canada. That's what that card says. So which when I saw that, I thought I automatically thought about Trump and the whole he wants to buy Canada. And I'm like, is that a wait? And so for those of you who have played the game, and if it's in the lore, is Canada part of the United States in the game? If not, is that just like a little like playful homage or whatever you want to call it to the whole United States wanting to buy Canada situation? But in this world, it actually did eventually take Canada as a territory. I don't know, but I thought that was pretty funny if it is, because I'm like, yo, that's some crazy stuff happening there. But oh, where's my there it is.
Actually, do a little Google, it says yes, in the Fallout lore, Canada was annexed by the United States on June 3rd, 2072.
Okay, whoa, this is super in the future, huh?
Yes, yes.
Very interesting.
Which is funny because it's 200 years from where they were at, right? In the series.
Yeah, so it's like
It was what, 1950s ish, 1940s, 1950s. It looked like the 50s, like where
actually
Cooper.
on her oh shoot, on the card it actually says it says February 15th of February 2045, or is that 2845? It could say 2845. I can't really tell if that's an 8 or a 0 on her ID. I don't know, and I think that's her date of birth. Yeah, date of birth. So she was born the 15th of February. I can't tell if that's 2845 or 2045. I'm guessing 2845. When did you say the United States, Canada was annexed? In
When
27?
77.
2077.
Oh no, sorry, 2072.
2072. Oh.
And ceased to exist as an independent nation before the 2077 Great War.
Oh, she was born 2045.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, that makes sense then, because a lot of them were in cryostasis. A lot of these, the Vault people. But okay, so let's go back a little bit. Let's backpedal a little bit to the season 1, where
Yes.
they go from Vault 33 to Vault 32 the first time, and then they see a bunch of people burnt. bus up, whatever, what's going on.
Died. Yeah.
A
All
bunch of
the
people
dead bodies.
died. Yeah, but it wasn't like they weren't just like dead. They were like some of them were melted, burnt.
Yeah.
It looked like they were electrocuted. All that stuff was going on. Like we don't know what was going on there. But then I thought it was the bandits that came in, in the first half of the season. But apparently, Vault 32, one of the vaults had already dried up of the three.
So if I remember well, man, we're pulling it back, huh? If I remember well, Vault 31 is the main control center, right? That's where all of the actual cryostasis important people are staying. And then 32 and 33 are like the experiments of the two groups. And so every once in a while, they'll wake somebody up, they'll go into one of these vaults and do blah, 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 right? Take control of them. I think if I remember, something happened in 31 that either they were rebelling because they figured something out, and then in the process were all exterminated because they were rebelling. If I remember well, I think that's what happened. They were exterminated by Vault 31 because they figured out the secret, which was that this was all an experiment, right? And then they blamed it on the raiders coming in.
Yeah.
Right, which weren't ever raiders. They were all Vault people. If you remember well, the woman who was like the leader of the raiders, she was a Vault person. She lived in Vault 31. Yeah, she was the overseer of 32. She was one of the, I think 32. She was the overseer for 32, but they were calling her a whatchamacallit, a raider. But it was all staged. There was never any raids. They were just getting killed by their own Vault people because they figured out the truth. If I remember well, if I'm wrong, let me know, peeps. Let me know. But if I remember well, I think that was the case.
Yeah, because it's not easy to get out of there. Like you have to go in the middle hall where all three of them connect.
Yeah.
To even attempt to do that. So yeah, that makes sense. And because I was just like, I was wondering like, well, those people are gone. Then what happens when is that the whole reason of them switching out was to cultivate, right? They switch out to cultivate and to I'm just trying to remember the reasons as to why, because then it kind of helps me understand what the vault people are trying to do. They are essentially waiting for the world to reset.
For sure. I mean, there is the greater purpose of waiting for the world to reset.
Yeah.
But then there's I think different vault communities, because each vault community is set up with 3 different vaults, right? If I remember what happened in season 1, right. That's how they explain things.
Yeah.
Right.
Each vault is by 3s. Yeah.
Yeah. So in each one, there's some kind of experiment that they're doing there, right? Whether or not they failed or succeeded at it is a whole different matter, because they went to that one vault where they were like sacrificing or doing whatever that weird stuff was.
Yeah,
I think they just lost their minds.
I think so too. Yeah.
They have failed. They've given up on trying to do whatever experiments they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Vault the 31, 32, 33, I don't know what the experiment was. I can't remember if they ever explained what that was.
Yeah. I think it might have been like a survival type. Maybe a gene pool thing. Yeah.
Because they kept marrying each other's sisters and brothers, cousins, and whatever.
Yeah. Well, they do cousin stuff, which is the funniest phrase I've ever heard. I was like, what the frick is that?
We just do cousin stuff.
Like, what is that? Lucy? He's like, I've done that. I'm not a virgin. Like, that's like a whole thing. And everybody's like, I was just like, what kind of reaction is that? I was like, you guys on the surface. Whatever the case is. Yeah, no.
I thought that was I can't remember exactly.
Trying to understand them, is a little bit difficult. The Vault people.
The surface people
makes sense.
In the end, the result is the same. I mean, the end goal for every single one of these groups is power. They all want power, right? Yeah. The whole reason why they decided to nuke the United States, for power, right? They wanted to take control, and you control by people. In that case, you control people by fear. And so, like, every group, whether it's the Brotherhood or the pseudo Romans or
NCR or the New California Republic,
they're all trying to take control, right? Whether it's noble reasons or unnoble reasons, you choose, right? Even the Vault people. Look at what's the dad's name again? I forget it. Walter?
Hank?
No, it's not Walter. Hank, right? Yeah. I mean, he's literally putting mind control chip thingies on the necks of people because he wants to control them. Why? right? There's a reason
Right.
why that's what the main the main overseer guy, right? The one who's in charge of all of it. There's a reason
Yeah.
why they want to do that. They want to control everybody for whatever reason, obviously, so they can comply to your demands. But so why are they doing it? For control. What's
Yeah.
the I mean,
They wanted money. Like at least money and power was what this whole project was for. Absolutely right. As far as I can see, none of that is is happening for anybody. Rather, food is scarce as hell. Like I'm like, bro, it's so bad out there. I'm all like, was this their plan?
I don't think it was. I mean, it could have been, but
Yeah, yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
and it could be part of the experiment, right? That's why like Volt 33 and 32, they're doing the whole farming situation, right?
Hmm.
Their votes are all about agriculture. Agriculture.
Agriculture,
Agriculture. Yeah, that word.
agra, agra.
Agriculture.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you
that was a hard word for me to say.
go.
It's all about agriculture. Man, I still can't say it. It's okay. So maybe yeah, they're trying to figure out well how they need to keep that kind of like knowledge alive, right?
Hmm.
Because if nobody knows how to grow plants, when everybody goes back onto the surface, guess what? You're all dead because you don't know how to grow a freaking potato or something,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
You have to start from scratch. But if you have people underground who are constantly doing it, once they leave, they still have that knowledge. They can do it up on the surface.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm guessing every group of, I mean, I'm sure there's a community vault community out there that they're all about ranchers. They probably have cows and whatnot, like and
Yeah,
pigs,
livestock.
and
Yeah,
they're constantly doing that. So for sure, I mean, but end goal control, right? That's always going to be the
yeah.
thing. And I think so. There was that interesting thing that Lucy said to the ghoul whenever she woke up from being saved by the ghoul, and they're leaving, and the new republic,
The new
California
California
Republic.
Republic. Yeah, NCR.
Yeah, he's like, oh, if you ever want a new or a different company, you can join us, right? And as they're
Hmm.
walking away, he says like, you think they would accept you after they know who your dad is or what your dad has done? And she's like, were you scared that I was gonna leave you? Right? It's like, don't worry. And she said something like along the lines of like, they all wear the same uniform or something like that,
Hmm.
which I thought was pretty interesting because yeah, every single one of these groups, they also, they're wearing a uniform. The Brotherhood have a uniform. The Romans have a uniform. The Volt people have uniforms, and they all have the same problem. They have inner struggles. Somebody is always trying to get power. Somebody is always corrupt. Somebody's
Hmm.
doing something, right? And so for her, she sees, even though the new California Republic seems to be a pretty good group of people, at least these two. The guy's a little unhinged, but his best friend is a squirrel. But they seem to be good, right? Their purpose is they're trying to rebuild society in a way that is more positive and not like dominating, right?
Right.
But still, they're a uniform, and I'm sure there are people inside of the new California Republic that are corrupt and are trying to gain some kind of power,
Right.
uh, even though they're going to use good intentions to get to that power, right?
Yeah, that's normally how it goes in these self righteous kind of groups. And then you look at let's look at the Brotherhood too. You have Thaddeus, dressed up as Xander in his suit, in his night suit. No
That
one's
is so
questioning
funny.
it. And Thaddeus in the suit makes, and all of his little excerpts is funny because it sounds like something Xander would do because he's so like, how would you say? I don't know if flamboyant is the term I'm looking for, but it's similar. He's just very out there. Xander's very outspoken, you know,
Cocky.
cocky, arrogant, and also like insensitive in his tone. I mean, like he doesn't care what anybody thinks of him, kind of deal. And so
Yeah.
you have Thaddeus in the night suit, and he talks to himself a lot, right? And I'm like, this is funny because I was like, it could pass as Xander. No one would ever question it, even if he were talking different. You know what I mean? Like to us, I was just saying he wasn't talking the same as Xander does. Xander talks like a dude that's trying to surf the final wave of the world kind of talk, Like, and then you have Thaddeus. He's like, oh, don't mess up, don't trip. You got this.
Yeah, just
Hey,
just
hey.
constantly trying to hype himself.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm just like, that's funny. And then you see the Yosemite's trying to like pop up like a deal with the Commonwealth with Xander, and she's all like, "Hey, what you need?" And then you see Shao Kahn, aka Coronado Elder. He's all like, "We can also do deals." And then a third elder came. I forgot what part of what
Was he the Rockies?
area
I
was it.
thought
The
he was the
Rockies,
Rockies, like Colorado. I want to say he was from the Colorado faction.
the Colorado. Okay, that's
I
possible
want to
because I
say.
know Coronado was the one that was next to Yosemite, and then because there was like 6 of them, right?
I think only 3 came to the meeting.
No, well, there went. What you mean
To the
to
meeting
the
when they were gonna
with Quintus?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So the third one, the one that with Colorado that walked up to Coronado and Yosemite trying to talk to Xander, he was all like, with a gun and shit like, "Oh, we're doing deals, huh?" And then all of a sudden you see freaking Yosemite Elder freaking just like right there. Oh, and then you see the Colorado guy's like, "Oh my, oh." He was both impressed and disgusted, which was the most hilarious reaction. I was like, "What is this?" I was just like, I don't understand what is going on with that facial reaction. However, it's happening and it's real. You know what I mean? So looking at that, and then everything's, and then that's when you switch over to the scene where Maximus is talking to Quintus, like he's like, "I gotta kill you. I killed Xander." He's like, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "Why? What happened?" He was gonna kill children who are ghouls. Heretic. Like, all of us, out of everything he could have said, that one thing was definitely not what Quintus expected.
Yeah, I
And
think if he left the word ghoul out, he would have been like, "Oh, cool. No, we're okay with that."
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But the moment he said ghoul children, he was just like, "I raised the wrong child."
yeah, exactly. He's all like, "I bought you in for nothing." I was just like, out of all things, he had the gun up to his head. And yeah, no, but see, that's one of the things that I don't like about Maximus's character, man. He is so timid, and words easily sway him, but he is physically strong. Now, like back
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
his his timidness, if that's a word, is what kept him from decisive
Action.
decisions during any kind of action, whether it's to shoot somebody, to fight somebody. He was always like, "Should I do this? Should I do it? It's not, should I not?" You know what I mean? He always had that issue. But now, I guess physicality or physical wise, he's fine. But he still get easily swayed by words. I do like the fact that he's still cool with what is that?
Dane?
He's still cool with, what did I say? I think I lost my train of thought on this, but it was something more noble. He was a little bit more noble than I thought, which
For
which
sure.
is really cool in my book anyway. And because I was just like, yo, just shoot the guy, dude. Like, you don't
And
need
that's
him,
what I
right?
was thinking.
I was just like, you don't need him, right? Shoot him. If you don't shoot him, he's gonna shoot you, basically. And I didn't think that him shooting ghoul children was gonna be the reason that the guy shot back. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like you hit a trigger word that you weren't supposed to in the game, and if you survive, awesome. If you don't, you just go back to the chapter. Which I think that him not killing Quintus is weird, especially locking him in that room. I was like, if you're gonna lock him in the room, what does it mean? Someone can easily just pull him out. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, man. Think, use your noggin. You're
Just
not
couldn't
just
kill
a
him.
knight anymore. You're not just a meat shield, But we don't know
Well,
yet. I don't.
I mean, I think it partially like I think I mean, he didn't kill him because he's just yeah, he's like a father figure to him. He raised him,
That's true.
even though Quintus didn't really treat him well, like the entire time.
Yeah, he treated
So
him like garbage, dude.
yeah, but yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. I was just like, just shoot him already, bro. Just
Shoot the guy.
the moment you said ghoul children, and he started saying like mean things, that's when you should have just shot him in the back,
Yeah.
right?
He said,
But
wait, what, bro?
yeah, no, he's
Let
walking
her
away
rip.
from you. He's going to shoot you. You probably know him better than most people, right? You even said to yourself, well, you even said it to Dane, right? I'm gonna go kill Quintus because you killed Xander. You knew that the repercussion, the consequence of killing Xander was that you just declared war on the Commonwealth, right? And most likely Quintus is going to kill you for doing so. So
Mm-hmm.
why in this moment do you change your mind, right? Grant, once again, because you see them as a father figure, I understand that, but you also know that Quintus is not a very merciful person.
Mm-hmm.
So
He isn't. No.
but I do like what Dane said to Max, right? When he's like, I couldn't kill him, I'm sorry. And then Dane's response was, you shouldn't be sorry about not killing someone. And I'm like, dang, you're more
Yeah,
noble than the rest of us.
yeah,
Because
because yeah,
I wanted Quentin's dead, bro.
I was like, Dane, are you gonna? I was like, get in the suit, dog, and you know, like get out of there, you know,
Yeah,
like get in a suit and get out of there. But I believe Maximus, and who left the Maximus? Was it just him and
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus? Okay,
Yeah, Thaddeus
yeah,
was still in the
just
suit.
that's right. See, and that's funny. Now he's back being a squire.
That's true.
But you know what's funny though? I was like, could they have not just taken the suit out or the helmet off of Xander's and take Xander out of the suit and then just give it to Thaddeus? You know what I mean? I would have done that. I would have done that because at least it would have given protection for him and the kids. And I don't know. We got to watch some more. You know what I mean? I think that we'll probably get a good amount of lore in the next or the upcoming episodes because this I believe there's only 8 episodes of this series, correct?
Most likely, yeah.
And so
It usually is.
yeah, and so you know, yeah, because my buddy was saying, yeah, I'm gonna watch the finale this weekend. He said, I was like, cool, okay, cool. I still think that Fallout 2 is going to give us a lot more information to go on, and hopefully, I mean, I don't know how long the story is going to go. I do hope that there is, you know, like I think more series should have finales in mind. You know what I mean? Finales in mind instead of making like a 10th up to 10 or 8 or 18 seasons or whatever. They should just be like, okay, we're gonna go and finish this storyline, and if you want this other storyline, then there's gonna be a spin-off from something else. You know what I'm saying? And I think that should be the way series goes, but that's just my thinking. There's a couple of things I didn't like in the series or in this episode. The fourth one, I want to say, was it the fourth one? The one, oh yeah, it is the fourth one. That's when he saves Lucy, right? I thought that when
No, that's in the third one.
the third one.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
really?
the third
He saves
one.
Lucy in the third one.
Yeah, in the fourth one, she's already at the taking the IV. She wakes up from her slumber.
Yeah, but the end of the fourth season, she's in Vegas already, right?
Correct. That's when they run into that big
Well,
monster
then I'll just mush
Diablo
them
creature.
together. Then I'll mush them together. Okay. So despite the fact that Yosemite's elder killed Coronado's elder, I was like, what the heck was that for, right? But then of course, you know, they're trying to one up each other. And I was just like, dang. And I was just like, not Shao Kahn. And no, not Shao Kahn. Dang it. But you know, it is what it is. I didn't like it because he was technically my favorite side character in the series because I was like, I haven't seen that guy's face in a long time. Like he's normally known as a evil dude or a bad guy. Like whenever I see him on screen, I'm just like, oh man, he's gonna be a problem, you know, for the main character. And then he was taken out by a person at his level in the series. So that I guess that's okay, but still, like, man, I was expecting him to be like, I was expecting a lot of close-ups on his face because that's the moneymaker, right, for that character. And then I was just even looking at a couple of his pictures. I was like, yeah, man, this dude's evil looking. Like, he got that Hollywood bad guy face, you know.
I mean, there was a close up of his face when the knife was in his mouth.
I said more. That was his last. Unless there's like a flashback. Unless there's a flashback with him in it, you know. Still though, that was one of the things I was just like, shucks. The other thing is, was that part where Norm, the brother, was giving that very awkward facial expression to the coffee getter of Bob, whatever his name is. He's all like, what do you know about that? And then looking like so intently to the guy, and he's like, you gonna give me any info? He's like, no. What? He already was suspicious. He's like, oh, you don't know, you know?
Yeah,
so I was just like,
that coffee guy is going to be a problem.
He's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
and that's because of what Norm's face said.
Yeah,
I was just like, either Norm's going to kill that guy, or that guy is going to be the one that outs Norm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
but the guy is definitely going to out him.
But I'm pretty sure that girl that he went up to, I think she's going to be the one that's going to be his saving grace. Because why put those three away from the big group? You know what I'm saying? Like I see what you're doing, writers. I see what you're doing. You're gonna give him an issue, and then you're gonna give him a saving grace all in one with that wildly crazy facial reaction. I had no idea what to take from that scene, and I didn't like that. I mean, maybe it's just because, I'm an aspiring actor myself, and I was just like, I'm trying to understand what you're doing. I don't know what's going on because I don't understand this world yet. I mean, like, what? And then even in this, I think it was in episode 3, you see Barb, Cooper's wife, crying in the kitchen, trying to get things to fit in the suitcase. And I'm like, why is she crying? Is it because Cooper's leaving into war or whatever? I was just like, what's going on? I was like, why is she crying? I was like, didn't she say she wants to drop a nuke on California? I was just like, none of this is making sense with the emotions that are showing up versus the actions that's taking place. None of it is making sense unless there's a time strength that I'm missing. Strength. So the time that he was deployed and he saw that monster, I'm assuming that might be before Barb is a part of this group that's going to drop the nuke. I believe so because I have to look at the years again. Maybe I should have wrote it down when we first talked about it.
Well, whenever they went to that scene of him fighting in the suit, it only said the Alaskan frontier. That's all it said. I don't think it gave a date. I don't know. I mean, it could have been. Could they have been experimenting with this monster to see how like strong it would be to to kill enemies? Maybe could, who knows, man? Who knows? All I know is that actually I don't know much of anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, dude, it's so
Well, and about the wife, I feel like she could have. I mean, Barb, right? I think it could be a mixture of things. I think it's yeah, she is the one who suggested let's drop the nuke, right? But that
yeah.
in itself, I mean, either that is what's causing her to cry because unless you're like an absolutely evil person, which granted, you offering to nuke an entire group like a country is pretty
Mm-hmm.
evil, right? But
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's conflicting with some moral belief in her, right? That she's just about to kill all these people, or it could be that maybe the daughter is not going to get a vote because she's not an important enough person to
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I know what you're saying, dog.
And she's just pretending to put stuff away because
Mm-hmm.
she's going to get a vote, but her daughter and her husband are not.
That's how.
It could be
Yeah.
that. Even though she knows they're going to die, she's not willing to die with them. She still wants to live, and there's that
Right.
conflict. It could be. I would say that is a bigger like chance of what the situation in that case is than feeling sad that she's about to kill a bunch millions of people.
Yeah.
Right.
The fact that she was about to do all that stuff, and I'm like, man, how do you sleep at night? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because then it also goes against like the whole reason why he was fighting for his country, her husband.
Right.
Like, bro, chill with that. Chill. I think that I guess we'll learn more about her reasonings and going forward. But still, like, man, there's so many holes that are being opened up. But the plot's still pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's really changed in that regard. Still, though, like you could give us more. You could. I was just like, man, and I'm surprised that I could stop after every second episode because normally I would want to go all the way through, but I think I want to be true to what we're doing here on the podcast. So you guys are welcome. But no, I thought that this so far the season is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah, episode 4 was good, man. I did enjoy episode 2 though. That's when they introduced the little mind control thing. I like that because I was just like, oh snap, there's another component of dubiousness, But yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen on the next couple episodes here. All right, well, that's gonna wrap up this episode, y'all. Follow us on IG, Facebook, X, and TikTok. You can catch all of our video content here on YouTube. Please leave a review as it will help this podcast grow, and join our community on Discord. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to turn it to